Hello, everyone. I am Yuno Pratt, the star of the future super production kawaii movie. Pleasure to finally make your acquaintance. I know you've been talking about me for a while. It's been a long time coming, but so excited to finally be a part of this. This whole VTuber thing is a brand new experience, you know? Really excited to have this experience with all of you. So, like it says, this is a press conference. I will be taking no free questions because, after all, I am a celebrity. That said, looking forward to getting to know all of you. Remember, if you want to ask a question, the fee is on screen. Until then, I guess I can just talk a little bit about myself and all of my previous experiences in the film industry. I've been in a few shows, I've been in a few movies, I've had pretty good experiences up to this point. And I bet, you know, you're probably very excited to finally meet me, aren't you? You know, I heard from this, what's her name? This Yuno Hanaki girl? I think that's what she's called. I don't know, I don't pay attention to small fries. But anyways, I heard from her that you guys are, like, constantly demanding my appearance, and that's really sweet. Thank you so much. That's the whole reason that I'm here. After all, I am a woman of the people. Figured I would go ahead and make an appearance because the demand has been just so strong. And you get to gaze upon my beautiful visage, finally. Yuno looks cute finally. Well, thank you. I figured I would dress as according to the role that I played very recently. I think I do look pretty good. I definitely look the part. Whether or not I act the part might be up for debate, but, you know, the movie is not out yet. You don't actually know how good I am. So, what is the plan here? That's the real question. What can I say about the super production kawaii movie?
Nothing. Thank you so much.
You look very sharp right now. Well, thank you. Sharp, dapper. I think all of those words definitely apply to me. Oh, I see we have our first question. All right, all right. Thank you very much, Reiner. Favorite movie that you acted in and why? Well, maybe it's because of the recency bias, but I did have a lot of fun acting in the super production kawaii movie. You would be surprised just the amount of depth that goes into playing this character. The depth that all of the actors contributed, but, you know, we're mostly talking about me. That said, there have been other movies that I've taken a part in that I enjoyed. Chris Pratt, who are you talking about? I am Yuno Pratt. I don't know anything about a Chris Pratt. Whoever they are, they just sound like they're trying to be a copycat. I understand, though. I am a sight to behold, and it definitely makes sense that people would want to copy me. A long-lost cousin. I suppose that's a possibility. Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't in that movie. I was in Guardians of Ionia, though. I had a little cameo appearance if you looked hard enough. There was also Further Than Novamore. There was additionally... there's just been so many. Kind of hard to keep track of all these titles. Let's see. But yeah, I really have enjoyed acting in a number of movies at this point. And thus is why it's an honor that the super production kawaii movie can be added to my expansive portfolio of roles. But no, I haven't heard of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not something that I was in.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Who is your favorite actress or actor that you worked with in your long and illustrious acting history? Well, obviously, there are a lot of examples of this. We have Vin Diesel, for example. We have Morgan Freeman. We have just a number of people that I've had the honor to work alongside, particularly in the super production kawaii movie. It's a very star-studded cast, and it's an honor to be part of it. It's a long-going franchise, you see, and the latest edition is the one that I'm taking part in. So I would say that I'm one of the newer people that is entering this long-standing franchise of movies and events. It's an honor to be able to help build this world even further.
Thank you so much.
Yes, even Keanu Reeves. What a card. Does an amazing job as this, Nine? Amano? I think. Are you the guy from Parks and Recreation? No. That is not what it's called. Well, I know some people do call it Parks and Recreation, but there is a longer, more known title that it is called in the business. And that's called Hanamizuki Recreation. After all, the Hanamizuki is in fact a type of flower, which you could probably find in most parks. Thank you for the question. It's nice to meet you, Yuno Pratt. Nice to meet you too, thank you. My question to you is, what's your daily dental care routine? I notice you have really bright pearly whites. Well, thank you. You know, as a celebrity, it's really important that I have an award-winning smile. You gotta make sure that you're always ready for the cameras.
An offering.
I don't think I do anything particularly special, but I have gotten a lot of work done. I use a lot of teeth whitening, all of that sort of thing. I put a lot of good work in to make sure that my smile is always at its best, especially for this role. I think that it's important to have an award-winning smile. There were a few other things that were told to me on the script, like in its docket, about how to best present myself as this character, in case I wanted to do that whole method acting thing, but, you know, I can't really reveal too much of that. Those are industry secrets. Hello, thank you for the question. What would be your dream role outside of the super production kawaii movie? That's very difficult. I think it would be more fun to experience more things in this virtual YouTuber space. I would love to be able to be in more movies. Maybe I could even take on roles of other virtual YouTubers. Thank you for the question. I don't think I could list any specific virtual YouTubers because I am not completely familiar with them yet. This was my first foray into the media sphere, as it were. But I do look forward to learning more about them. Loved you in the Kawaii World movies with the dinosaurs. Ugh, Kawaii World. Yes, the version in the production Kawaii Cinematic Universe where all of the dinosaurs were played by other production Kawaii talents. A very good movie. Unfortunately, I was not playing a dinosaur. I was one of the people who had to go against them, but... you know, such magnificent beasts as the Namisaurus and the Luasaurus. They were wonderful to act alongside. A lot of people thought it was CG, but no, it was actually just
An offering.
well-trained
Thank you so
dinosaurs. Co-actors and fellow anonymous kawaii talents have leaked that you are in fact
An
quite
offering.
stinky. If you
Thank you
confirm
so
these
much.
spicy allegations, the tabloids must know. Stinky? That is a very interesting assumption to make about me, but I would say that that is in fact false. The only thing that I am stinky with is the sweet scent of flowers. As you know, the role that I played is quite affiliated with flowers, so perhaps it is the strong floral scent. But I actually think it's quite an appealing smell. Did you find it hard playing the role of Yuno as someone of your stature and status? And were you cast for this role, or did you ask for it? Well, it's multiple questions in one submission, but that's fine. Did you find it hard playing the role of Yuno? Not particularly. I feel like this was basically a role that was made for me. I had a really fun time getting to understand this character and learn all of the intricacies about her. As someone of your stature and status. I'm not sure what you mean by stature. I am actually quite tall. As for my status, it's very easy to adapt to whatever role it is I am presented with. Even if I am playing someone who's a little bit less popular than I would say that I am. Were you cast for this role, or did you ask for it? I auditioned like any good actor would. I will say they were not initially impressed with my first audition, but through great hard work and effort, I was able to study the character and reapproach it. I actually auditioned for a different character, but they thought that I was best fit for Yuno, and therefore, here I am. Thank you for the questions. Mario! Ah, yes. Mario. What a guy. That Mario character. Though, I must say, it was an interesting experience to see how Mario would be portrayed in the super production kawaii movie. A long-spoken character. It was very interesting to finally see him make his debut. Though it was only for a few brief moments as a fan in the audience. You know, Pratt lies about not being stinky. I don't understand what you're talking about. I clearly expressed that I am not a stinky individual. Do you really think someone as amazing as me would be stinky? That would be hilarious. I don't think I would get any roles if I was that stinky. And yet here I am, with tons.
An offering.
You know, Pratt,
Thank you so
big fan.
much.
Yes, hello! It is a pleasure to meet you. Been a long time coming. Glad you could make it to the press conference. Hello, Yuno. It is an honor to have you here. Obviously, every director would be thrilled to have you in their film. Oh, thank you so much. However, was there ever a film role that you were turned down from? Well, as an actor, you do have to get used to rejection every now and again. I can't always get the roles that I am offered to audition for, after all. Sometimes they will find someone who is a better fit. Sometimes they will decide that they want to take the business elsewhere. Sometimes, you know, you say the wrong thing on Twitter.com and suddenly all of your offers are pulled for the next month. But we move on. So yes, there have been several occasions where I was turned down from a role. However, that is merely the life of an actor. Who played the mushroom dude in that video game movie you were in? That's a very vague question. I'm not sure what you mean by mushroom dude. It could be a guy who is actually made out of mushrooms or a guy who just really loves them, if you know what I mean. That said, I don't know who you're talking about. As a reminder, no free questions. I'm a celebrity.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. What is the greatest challenge you had when playing the role of Yuno? I suppose it's the intricacies of the character, or perhaps maybe the lack thereof. It was very interesting to experience playing a character who was so two-dimensional, I suppose is the best way to put it. There were two specific sides that I had to focus on the most when it came to playing the role, and I'm used to playing characters who are a little bit more well-rounded.
Deserves a super jingle.
There was something a little bit flat to playing the role of Yuno, but it was still an enjoyable experience. I'm gonna fight him for this Yuno slander. I don't know what you're talking about. After all, the people have been wanting to see me for so long. What does it matter if I say one or two weird things about that Yuno Hanaki girl? The rigging is so smooth. Why? Thank you. I do think that I have a very beautiful body. I don't think this is the real Pratt. What are you talking about? I am obviously the one and only Yuno Pratt. You are the ones that asked for it, therefore, this is what you get. I do believe you have something stuck in your teeth. No, these are just my natural pearly whites. As I said, I do a lot of work to maintain my brilliant smile. Those are just my teeth. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Interesting little emoji you guys are using there, though. It's weird that it looks exactly like my teeth. I wonder if that Hanaki girl actually set that up specifically for this press conference? Wow, she must be a bigger fan than I expected.
Thank you so much.
Your opinion on the other two members of Hanamizuki that you acted with. Ah, yes. Well, it was quite an honor to act alongside the comedy legend Adam Sandler. He did a surprisingly really good job as Kaya, don't you think? The consequences of my Ninin actions? What are you talking about? I'd say I appreciate the commitment to the bit, but this is clearly the real Yuno Pratt. You see, exactly! I'm real, I'm in the flesh, and I'm here to talk directly to you, my adoring fans. When did you become Adam Sandler? Oh, sorry, I suppose you're in the midst of your method acting, aren't you? Sorry. It seems that Adam Sandler likes to get a lot into character. Yes, exactly. Kai Adam. See? They all caught on quick. Hello, cutie. Hello to you, too. Thank you very much for coming to the press conference. Yes, yes, Kai Adam Sandler. Very good at their acting, that one. I think we should do a collab. I'll make a VTuber model for myself as well. Ah, a collaboration. Well, you're going to have to go through my agent if you want to do that. But I'm sure that would be a wonderful experience for the people. It's hard to keep up with all you famous folks. I know, us famous folks just have so much going on all the time. It's honestly kind of frustrating to keep up with everything, but if you want to consider yourself a fan, you gotta stay dedicated. What did you do with Yuno? Well, Yuno Hanaki kindly lended me this channel so that I could host the press conference. That's all. It's not anything nefarious. I'm not capable of doing anything nefarious. I barely know the word. It is what it is in this business. That's a word I had to learn when I was reading a script. Can you spell that word just now? N A F Air I U S. I didn't realize that this was turning into a spelling bee.
Thank you so much.
You would win a spelling bee? Maybe I should join one of those celebrity game shows where it's spelling bee focused. Clearly, I would dominate for the sake of my team. You're so talented you can spell a word not in your dictionary. Well, you know. I am full of many talents. Would you consider Kaya Nishikino your greatest fan, seeing as she helped to get this interview? Well, it wasn't necessarily just because of the fact that she worked hard to get this interview set up. But it was quite an honor to hear that the whole reason that we were approached to do this press conference in the first place was because someone was a big fan. Though I hear she's a little bit shy about it, so maybe don't make too much of a big deal. We wouldn't want to get her too embarrassed, now would we? Are you full of yourself and that you are very perfect and cool? Well, are you complimenting me? Because if you're complimenting me, then I am of course going to take those compliments. But if you're asking if I myself am full of myself, I am just rather confident. Confidence is key to being a good actor. You have to be ready to play any role at any time, and you have to have the confidence to do it, no matter how embarrassing. See, look, you're embarrassing the poor girl. She's gonna combust. We don't want that, do we? Thank you again for the questions. I very much appreciate it. That might be neat to see. What? The idea of somebody combusting? I suppose so. This weather has been crazy. I don't know what the weather's like in your world, but at least where I'm from, it's been quite pleasant. Being a star means that I am basically never subjected to any sort of wintry winds or anything of the sort. What is your favorite kawaii movie poster? Oh, obviously, it has to be the Kawaii Crab game. That was very much an excellent poster, wouldn't you agree? And everybody was able to have their own special touch on it, a unique one for each person participating. Very impressive. There's a photo of Kai Adam Sandler going around. Ah, yes. Well, as I said, she is a bit of a method actor, so I wouldn't be surprised if people caught a few interesting photos of her in the midst of preparing for the role. I can't tell if this is another fever dream I'm having today. Oh, well. It's okay if you have a fever because you're just so overwhelmed by the presence of a celebrity, but I can tell you that this isn't a dream. I am here, and I am holding a press conference.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Thank you again for the question. Did you have to enjoy the Bobitsa as playing Yuno, or was that all CGI? Well, there were mentions of potentially having a scene that would be dedicated to my character eating the Bobitsa, but my agent thought that that would be very bad for my stomach and suggested that we switch it to be a CGI experience instead. So you are correct that it was CGI. I'm just a very convincing actor. I'm sure that once you guys actually see the movie and you see the scene in question, you will understand just how good of an actor I really am. What do you think of people thinking someone else did a better Star-Lord than you? Well, I just think that they have to understand that there will always be different interpretations of different characters. If you have a long-standing character, it's important to understand that people will approach the role differently. I think I did a fantastic job. Especially because that was a very strong cameo in the kawaii cinematic universe. But there will be people who like other interpretations better. And I suppose that's fine. Both versions can coexist after all. You are looking very pale right now. I think you need to lie down after this meeting. Pale? I don't understand what you mean. I'm not pale in the slightest. This is just my natural complexion.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Is there anyone you feel is a worthy enough actor or actress compared to you that you'd love to be cast within a particular type of movie? Thank you very much for the question. Hmm. I mean, as an actor, I would love to act alongside anybody, to be honest. I have great respect for the other people in my field. I find them all to be very talented. And I think that I am just as talented to be able to stand alongside them. I'm sure that sounds like a bit of a cop-out, but wouldn't want to anger too many people in the crowd now, would we? Wouldn't want to list a particular one and then have people be like, you don't deserve it. I've already seen some people getting up in arms about some of my previous answers, so trying to avoid being canceled here. Why are you so angry? You have no reason to be angry. After all, you're one of the many people who wanted me here. Is this not good enough for you? I think she spelled jealous wrong. Ah, yes. Jealous of the attention that I'm receiving. Well, obviously, Kai Adams Sandler just has to have their own press conference in the future. Perhaps that's the only way to alleviate that feeling.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Wow, Yuno Pratt, big fan. OMG. Anyways, did you know our souls are connected by fate? Yes, the famous line that this character says. I see you are a very dedicated fan of the production kawaii universe. I like a fan that pays attention. There's a lot of physicality to bring to this role. Do you do your own stunts? Yes, I do my own stunts. I did a lot of training in order to get used to walking on the stilts that are required for this character. They had to use a bit of CGI to make me look shorter than I actually am, because as we all know, I am quite tall. But they had to use a bit of CGI to make me look short, and then, in order to alleviate said shortness, I also had to learn how to walk on stilts. A lot of editing work for the people on staff making the movie, I'm sure, but it was worth it. We have to portray the experience as best as possible. But walking on those stilts, those strange shoes that the character insists on wearing to get taller.
It's a super chat, so that means it deserves a super jingle.
It was rather difficult. I had to practice walking. In the Schrodinger's coffee experiment, do you think the coffee is cold or hot? I must assume that the coffee is hot. After all, based on the context of when it was created, there's no way that it could have possibly been cold. They didn't have a way to make it cold at the time. So it was definitely hot. Perhaps, maybe it was lukewarm, in that the steam had dissipated, so it was hard to tell by visual cues. But I think it was still mostly warm to the touch rather than ice cold. I thought you had to use a green screen for this role. I saw some photos of the behind the scenes. Well, obviously, most, if not all, movies take place in front of a green screen, especially for those CGI sequences. Both things can be true simultaneously, after all. That's what we call movie magic. Ah, I see what you're saying there. Of course it was hot. It was in my presence. Well, you said it, not me. So clearly that means it's true. That's why the hair looks shorter. The green screen hides it. Ugh. I will say that was one of the other challenges of playing this role. The character is just so green. It makes being in front of a green screen rather difficult, especially for the rest of the cast, who have no trouble being in front of a green screen. But we as actors make do. In the end, I simply stand wherever they tell me to stand, and I read the funny lines off of the paper. I was so impressed by your ability to polish your forehead for the optimal shine. Just like the real Hanaki. Ah, yes. That was a bit of a fun thing in makeup, for sure. I've never really had my forehead polished before, but it was important because one of the notes on this character is that they have a big forehead to the point where it looks like the character is almost bald. And so, you know, my head, I am definitely not bald. So they felt a need to polish it to kind of simulate the effect of just how big and shiny this forehead can be. It was a very interesting makeup experience. I would definitely not mind doing it again. I hope I am invited back for future movies in the cinematic universe so that I can experience it again. Yuno Pratt, alongside Adam Sandler. Who was that third individual amongst your acting trio? Ah, yes, you're talking about the third member of Hanamizuki. Rangelina Jolie. She's also a very talented actress. What do you mean, who? That is the third member of our group. Adam, I think you are a bit lost in the method acting sauce. You loved her in Hackers.
An offer.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
How would you describe the character Kaya played by your fellow actor Adam? Well, as I said, very much into the method acting side. We were given information that would allow us to better method act as our respective characters. And I believe that Adam Sandler took it quite seriously. I believe he even paid to... I believe that there was even a payment to go to the moon directly to learn more about what it was like up there. Whether or not she actually made it to the dark side of the moon is a real question. I never really thought to ask it. But I do know that a lot of acting was put in place to better understand the character and approach it in all of its intricacies. I am literally from the dark side of the moon. Of course you are, Kai Adam. Of course you are. You keep telling yourself that, buddy. Do you want to go get moon coffee from the moon Starbucks? You gotta be patient with method actors. They really think that they're who they say they are. It's better to just fuel the delusion. It must be hard being so incredibly humble, but still knowing you're one of the greats. I don't know how you do it. Thank you so much for the lovely compliment. It's important to stay grounded, you know, we all start somewhere, and for some people we start a little bit smaller than others, and then we work our way up to becoming big and famous celebrities like we currently are. Just remember that Adam Sandler movie, Little Nishiki? Rangelina was great in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, of course. I do think that Rangelina Jolie is one of the better actors that I've had the chance to act alongside. It was an honor to join her, and of course Adam Sandler, to come together as Hanamizuki for the super production kawaii movie. coming out soon. Kaya is such a regular at Moonbucks that they named a drink after her, Kaya Pacino. I suppose that is the honor that is due to such a famous actor. Amazing the budget they have. Well, it's important to invest to make sure that the series goes well. After all, there are a lot of adoring fans that want to see justice done with our interpretations. I think it's good that they care so deeply about the franchise. I think this has been a pretty good press conference so far. I hope that this will encourage all of you to check out the movie when it comes out. It's an honor to be considered the spokesperson. And once again, I am quite thankful to Yuno Hanaki for allowing me to use this channel. I'm sure this is probably the most interesting stream you've seen all week. When was it playing in theaters again? Soon. Very, very soon.
So much.
What's your take on the Yukiona versus Yuno? Well, obviously, I have a bit of bias because I play the role of Yuno. So, instinctively, my desire is to take Yuno's side. However, I do know that between the two of them, the more interesting one is the Yukiona character. But I can't help but want to defend the role that I play. You know what I mean? But I see it in the way that you guys act as well. I heard that second most demanded besides me is seeing that Yukiona character come back. So clearly there's something going on here. There's a better sense of an understanding of the popularity. Despite this being Yuno Haniki's channel, it's obvious that the most desired members of the cast are myself, Pratt, and the Yukiona, or as you call her, Ice Waifu. I do pay attention to such things. After all, there was such a big demand. But I guess I'm a little bit sad for Yuno Hanaki, knowing that she's one of the least desired parts of this channel. Why are you so pensive? Am I wrong? Just 'cause, I see. I don't really understand the total intricacies of how you behave with these particular emoji. The only thing I care about is the fact that one of them is a representation of my smile. Such an honor to be immortalized for what I assume to be an eternity. After all, we all know the internet is around for forever. Yuno Pratt forever. Yes, indeed. I am going to be around forever. At least for as long as this character exists within the franchise. Big smile for the press release promo. Make sure you get my good side. That should be enough. I think the character just got renewed for another season. Oh, wonderful. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, such a shame. I'm sorry that I made so many people blind by my dazzling white smile. But as I said, celebrities have to have the best smile possible. Most of the time, that's how we get our best roles. I think we'll all look back on this momentous occasion and think, man, what a time. Oh, certainly. Especially if this character is going to become a mainstay of the universe. We'll look back at this first appearance, this first press conference, and be like, wow. Yuno Pratt has grown so much as an actor. I don't know what exactly you'll be thinking about the character, because I don't really know what's being planned. I'm just the actor. But it'll definitely be fun to see my growth and how much I have changed over time. Because that's the more interesting narrative. It looks like we have just a few more minutes left, so if there are any last-minute questions, feel free to get those in now while you still can. I think this was such a good movie it might be a one-shot character. Well, I suppose that would be fine too. It means that my portrayal was just so strong that there's no reason to have to worry about anything else. I suppose that is also a good solution.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Your greatest weakness. I think that my greatest weakness is the dynamics of the voice. Yuno Hanaki surprisingly has a very dynamic voice range, or at least that was the intention as written on the script. And I find that that range was a little bit difficult to really emulate when it came to my portrayal. I suppose I should have taken tips from Kai Adam Sandler about method acting, but hindsight is 2020. But I hear that that vocal range is one of the good points of Yuno Haniki. Thank you very much for the question. What script? We didn't get a script? I know, because you're so focused on method acting that you think all of the lines just come from your head. True, true. I suppose she doesn't really need a script because she's so enveloped in being the character. Isn't Kai Adam the master of improv? I suppose this is also true. But the improv wouldn't be in character unless Kai Adam Sandler was method acting. You have to be so good at method acting that even your improvisations become accurate to the character of Kaya Nishikino. Do you understand? Alright, any last minute questions? Speak now, or forever hold your peace, at least until the next conference.
An offering. Thank you so much.
My last question. Your take on this movie and the message it's trying to convey. Well, my understanding, at least based on what I researched about the production kawaii universe, is simply that the goal is to spread the meaning of kawaii around the world. I had to look up what kawaii even is before I could truly understand the depth and the meaning, but the idea is that we are all meant to be cute. And I think that even though I am very devilishly handsome, I am also quite cute. So that is the main thing that I took away. It is important to understand your own unique brand of kawaii, or cuteness, and try to spread that throughout the world in every way that you can. And as a celebrity, I think that that's pretty easy for me to do. Celebrities are basically influencers with even more money. Thanks for the conference. I will tweet you the press pic. Thank you very much. I appreciate getting the chance to talk to all of you like this. I feel like we were able to answer a lot of questions about me and a lot of questions about the cinematic universe. I do think the actual Haniki was cuter than you, but you did a great job emulating it. Well, nobody's perfect, even if I do my best to be. But I appreciate the compliment nonetheless. It's good to know that I was able to portray the role in the way that I was best able. I assume this is the last time we'll see you for a long time? Indeed, after all, I am very busy. So many shows, so many movies, all of that. I have much that I will have to be focusing on going forward. But thank you very much for giving me your time. I suppose that I will see you whenever the movie actually releases, or if something else happens and I need to have another press conference. Thank you very much for having me. Bye-bye.